In this video, I'm flying a Pilgrim. The fit is shown here, and my ult is in a Tengu who's set up to do exploration sites. So I jump into his system looking for sites, and I see a Tempest fleet issue on D-scan. I try to figure out exactly where he is, but it seems that he's warping around because I can't really nail him down. And then eventually he disappears, so I figure that he's cloaked up or something. I end up scanning down a wormhole. I warp to the wormhole to see what type it is, and it looks like it's a wormhole to high sec. As I'm sitting on that wormhole, I see the Tempest fleet issue uncloak. And rather than engaging him there, knowing that he can just jump back into high sec, I let him warp off and figure out where he goes. So he warps to a planet, and I follow on both my characters, one at 50 kilometers range, one at 100 kilometers range. The character at the 100 kilometer range is flying the Tengu, who's not set up for PvP, but he just has a point on it. So I burn towards the cloaked Tempest, uncloak my ship, hit him and uncloak him, lock onto him, point him. I take my other character, warp him away, and warp him back to the Tengu so that he can take over the point in the PvP. So the video starts about a minute in to the actual fight. So here's the fight. Right now I have him scrammed so he can't warp away. I have him webbed so he is moving a lot slower. I have my afterburner on and I'm orbiting him so I can keep my speed up. So the faster I move around him, the harder it is for his guns to track me. I also have a tracking disruptor on him, which makes his guns even worse at tracking, so his guns are doing no damage to me at all. The only thing doing damage to me is his drone. So he's got 5 hobgoblins deployed, as you can see in my overview there. Right now what I'm doing is I'm targeting his drones and I'm killing them. I'm using right now my Valkyries, which are medium-sized drones, to kill his small drones, and it's not as effective as if I were to use small drones. So in a little bit here you'll see me on the top right, my drone bay. I'll recover my drones and then I'll deploy small drones instead. So I'm kind of faced with a decision here, and I decided to kill his drones. The other option that I could have done was ignored his drones and just killed him immediately and just tanked his drone damage, which I can easily do. What that gains is that I would be able to kill him a lot faster than if I one by one kill his drones. Killing his drones makes the fight last longer, so if he has any friends coming, it gives him a lot more time for his friends to come in. I make a call. I think that he's just an idiot and he's alone, and I am right. So I kill his drones to make it a lot easier on me. I can just one by one kill all his drones, and he can't actually do any damage to me after that, and he's a sitting duck. So I'm neuting out his cap. On my top rack you can see I've got 3 energy neutralizers. 2 of them are medium size, one's a small size. The one on the far right is the small size one. So that one cycles a lot faster, every 6 seconds. So that one is really good at keeping somebody who has no cap at 0, because it removes what little cap they have every 6 seconds. The medium ones are good at getting him to be at 0 cap, but they require a lot of my own capacitor in order to run, which is why I have the cap booster you can see in my middle rack over to the right. So right here what I'm doing is I'm checking his ship information to see what size drone bay he has, because I'm not familiar with the Tempest fleet issue. So I see that he's got 100 space for drones, which is 4 flights of small drones, and I think I'm on about the 3rd flight by now, so I know he's got to be running out. If it would have said like 250 or 500 or something crazy like that, if it was a drone boat, then at this point I would have started ignoring his drones and just damaging him. So I'm just orbiting him. He can't damage me. I'm neuting him out. I don't have any way to know what his capacitor is at, so every time I have spare capacitor I just activate my mediums. Hopefully he'll be at 0 by the time I start damaging him. So I've killed all his drones. I retract my small drones. I deploy my medium drones out since they'll do more damage to him. And I just at this point proceed to slowly whittle him away to death. So at this speed that I'm going and with the tracking disruptors up, he can't actually hit me. He's a sitting duck. I try to combo him, so I hit start conversation to see if he wants to talk to me, and I'm going to try to ransom him for money. He rejects the ransom, so he's accepted the fact that he's going to die. He doesn't trust me to honor the ransom, so that's his choice. So as you can see, my shields are starting to recharge because he's doing no damage to me. And rather than me keep burning capacitor cap boosters, which I only have a limited supply of, I think I check that here eventually as well to see how many I have. I decide that since he can't tank me, I'll turn off my hardener, turn off my afterburner, orbit a little bit closer, and help save my cap a little bit as I'm just waiting for the inevitable destruction of the ship. So I'm gonna fast forward it a little bit at this point. So right here I activate my armor repair, top myself up on armor, and then I start reloading it full of repair paste. This is a special armor repair that gets a bonus to the amount of armor repaired as long as it has paste in it, but it has a 60-second reload time. Since I know he's doing no damage to me and I have nothing else to do, I just say fuck it and decide to start reloading that thing now. Right there I deactivate my afterburner and my armor hardener since he's not actually doing any damage to me. And I just decide to orbit him a little bit closer since I have my afterburner off, knowing that he's still not going to be able to hit me with his guns at all. So all I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to recharge cap, so you can see my capacitor is greater than 50% and increasing at this point. So I don't have to use any more cap boosters since I only have 7 more. And then eventually he goes pop. I try to lock his pod, but it's a pretty long lock time for a cruiser to get a capsule, and he is hitting the warp button, so he manages to get away. Now all I have left to do is to loot the spoils. So I don't know if you saw, after I popped him, I got a little mail message that said Concord bounty payment. He actually had a pretty high bounty on him, so I made about 100 mil off the bounty, which is awesome. He tells me, fuck you in local, and he's obviously not a happy camper, but I am. And here's the kill mail. You can see the total value of the ship killed was 855 million.